Okay. 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 We are live on every platform. And by every platform, I mean we have TikTok right here, we have fan base right here, we have Facebook and YouTube right here, and we have IG right here. So we are live everywhere. So yeah, so yay. Thank y'all for tuning in. So I did a poll on IG as to if we were gonna talk about divorce or if we are gonna talk about side chicks. And side chicks won out. So with that said, that's what we're gonna discuss. So if you wanna say something, put in a comment, whatever. I'll try my best to read. I forgot my glasses because some of the stuff I can't see, especially with TikTok, because it's white and I got on this white shirt and I can. So if you say anything on TikTok, I'm gonna do my best to read. So thank y'all for watching. So yeah, so we are discussing side chicks and my thoughts on side chicks. Not that I am a psychologist, but this is not necessarily a psychologist uh thought. However, I'm just gonna tell you my thoughts on side chicks. And I say side chicks, but it could be side chick, side piece, sneaky link, jump off, whatever you call it. And this goes for men and women who have people on the side, and I have to be very specific, people on the side that other people don't know about, because there's a difference. Yes. So now if you're in a throuple, or you have an open relationship, that kind of stuff. I'm not talking about y'all. But so I've been thinking about this a lot lately. I don't know why, but something came up. You know how memories come up and things happen for you as you're getting older. And and my thought was, I wonder if side chicks have a place, because, and I'm just asking. And then I'm going to tell you why I was asking that question and what my thoughts are from now to then to whenever. So, back when I was in high school, met this guy after school. He went to my school. I knew who he was. Apparently, he didn't know who I was, and he decided he was gonna, he wanted to talk to me. So we talked a little bit after school one day, and next thing I know, he got my phone number from somebody. He hit me up, and he was like, "Ooh, you're gonna be my girlfriend." And apparently, what I didn't know is that he had a girlfriend. So he broke up with his girlfriend the night that he was like, "You're gonna be my girlfriend." And let's be clear, he was like running back. I don't know. He was high up on the football team, and he was popular in the, I guess I'll say, the thug community. Like he could beat people up, and certain things are important when you're young. So he was like, "Boom, you gonna be my girlfriend." I said, "Okay." So we went to school the next day. We were boyfriend and girlfriend, and again, I didn't know he had a girlfriend at the time, and that he called her and broke up with her that night, before calling me. So we're together, a couple weeks go by. She's telling people, uh it don't matter, she can have him, she can be with him, because I'm still sleeping with him. And I was like, good. Somebody had to. I mean, ain't nobody have to, but I wasn't. So at that point, in my mind, they weren't called side chicks or whatever. I don't know what it was all called back then. This is in the 90s. I had to think. This is in the 90s. I don't know what it was called back then. But my thinking back then was like, somebody had to do the work. Like, I was in high school. Yes, he was my boyfriend, but no, I wasn't sleeping with him. And because I just wasn't. And so, yeah, like somebody had to do it. So I'm thinking, back when I was younger, I felt that side chicks had their place. I felt that they had a spot, to do some of the things that apparently needed to be done. And then as I got older, you know, I'm not gonna say things change. It's just that people put a negative connotation on people being with more than one person without the other person knowing. And I say people put a negative connotation on it because, oh no, this way. We're going to rewind back to a place not too long ago. Because you know, a lot of people say they want things to go back to the way they were. They want the the couples of the olden days where the women stayed and all this stuff happened. But 9 times out of 10, okay, I don't know how many times, but a lot of times back in the day, these men had whole other families. Like they had their main family and they had their side family. People knew about both families, and sometimes people were okay with it. So when I say they put a negative connotation on side chicks, it's because I don't know why. I mean, I know why. It's part of it is, women, we began to stand up for ourselves and we were like, we deserve better. And this, and so the negative connotation has come, and now people are looking at side chicks in a negative light. So, um, yeah. So I'm just like, uh-oh, they was doing something on TikTok. I don't know what's happening. So that got me to thinking, like, do side chicks have a place? Do they have a place and a space and a purpose in life? And I guess I can't answer that question. The question has to be answered by you, and those who have side chicks, those who are side chicks, those who choose to be or a side dude or a side, whatever. And I think a lot of it now is because it's being called out. Like people are saying, I got a side dude, I got a side chick, I got a sneaky link. These things are more public, but so I guess it has a purpose because people are still talking about it. People still have it and people are still doing it. So, yeah. So, yeah, it's something. So, when people say they want things to go back to the way they were, side chicks abound. Abundance, side chicks, side families, side dudes, side, everybody. And to be honest, I don't think much has changed because people are quick to, like, oh, that's my sneaky link, be, quick to call somebody off to the side or, and I know sneaky link is probably just somebody they dipping with privately. Uh, But I'm gonna say that apparently there was a purpose. Apparently, at some point there was a purpose for side chicks, and I don't think people wanted to go away. It's just that people are just talking about it more. Back in the day, it was a secret, and the more that people say, "Oh, we want relationships like they used to be. We want relationships to be what they were when our parents were young." Y'all want side chicks? Just say it. You want to have one, or you want to be one, or you're okay with your significant other having one. So that's what I hear when people say they want the relationships of old, the way things were, how people stayed in relationships no matter what. Like I know that's a whole other topic. So Miss Dahlia, how are you on two different things? She's over here on IG and she's over here on Facebook. So hey, and she said nope, people want more for the stuff. So then she said, hey, that part is still the same ish, and then that part. So yeah. So that's my thoughts on side chicks. And I will say personally right now, I'm not in a relationship for anybody to have a side chick on me. I'm not nobody's side chick. I'm over here chilling, being with me. So, what do I know? But I will say that side chicks have had their purpose. And yeah. And Miss Dahlia said, because both I have she got both her IG and Facebook open. But yeah, I'm gonna say at some point they had their purpose. And I think people still want want their side chicks and their side dudes. And again, I am not talking about like open relationships. That is something completely different because that is open, supposed to be open and honest communication where you talk about how you're going to do this, and if you're in a throuple or if these are consensual things, not people sneaking out and doing stuff on the side. So yeah, those are my thoughts on side chicks. Ed says, hello, butterfly. Hey, Ed. Miss Dahlia said, you are wonderful. Thank you so much. So yeah. I was trying to see. I thought somebody said something over here on TikTok, but I don't see it anymore. So nope, nobody wanted to invite. So April said, do they? and that's been, right. We all have a purpose, April, and that was my thing. I think at some point they do. And I don't know if you caught the earlier story, like when I first started dating and everything, I firmly believed that the side chick had a purpose. Cause yeah, I was dating a dude and I wasn't doing the things that he wanted to do, and she was happy to do them and happy to tell people about it. I still sleep with him. Good for you. Cause I'm not. I'm not. So yeah, so I think this is purpose for everything and everybody. Ed said I can't get a side chick or a regular one. Well, we gonna work on that. You got to get you a main and then work on the side. Right, exactly. I don't want one, but somebody does. That's what April said, and that's what I'm saying. I think they, people are being more vocal about. Steve said, "Oh yeah, you know what? I'm not messing with you, Steve. I already know." Because people are more vocal about it, and back in the day, like I said, people would have whole families, whole things going on, whole other everything, and yeah, sorry about that. My phone going off. Whole other everything, and apparently it was okay. Ed said, I'm just fine with just the main. April said, this is good. And I just tuned in. Oh, thank you, April. Yes. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. I think, the way people want things to go back to the way they were, that's the way they were. Most families had a whole other family. You had brothers and sisters across town. You had all this other stuff, and people could do whatever they wanted to do, but it was a secret, but everybody knew. Now it's more of it's a secret, but everybody know. So I'm just gonna say it's the same thing. So yes, side chicks do have their purpose. Some of them help the marriage stay together, according to some people. Some people say it helps them Bishop, you know what? Bishop Omega said, pro tip, pretend you're married and then everyone is a side. I might have to do that because some people prefer that. Some people prefer to be like, I've had offers, because apparently people think that I'm married or like in a serious relationship or something. I don't know. We're not gonna go into that because that's a whole other topic. Because apparently it's the way I carry myself, blah 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 blah. I don't know. But I've had offers for dudes. They're like, "Oh, I could be your side dude," and this. I was like, "How? How? I don't even have a main dude. How you gonna be my side dude?" Like they just. When I tell you that is a real thing, so if I did pop out and be like, "Oh, I'm married," I probably have like 3 side dudes because that's what they want. And then when I find out that they find out I don't have a main dude, then they're like, "Oh," and then they just fade away because they, apparently they don't want the responsibilities. So that's what side dudes, side chicks, and all that are for, apparently. What they say, all the fun and none of the responsibility. I don't know. So, I mean, yeah, I was about to say something about Derek Jackson, but I'm gonna leave that alone. All right, y'all. That's a whole other conversation. So oh, April said, my wife says a side piece's purpose is to provide something missing from a relationship. Yes. And part of that, you know what? So I'm gonna get into this part too. I'm glad you said that. I was about to go, but I'm gonna say this. There are people, and I'll say, men, probably some women too. There are people out there who believe that the person that they're with should not do certain things with them sexually. They believe that this person cannot taint themselves with the desires of their mate. So instead of asking their mate for these desires and these things that they want, they go out and get somebody else that will do these things. And it doesn't have to be anything, like too crazy. It's just that some, and I'm gonna say mostly men, some men believe that their woman is just, and I said some, so don't y'all come for me. I said some, and I've met some of these dudes. So they just want their woman to be prim and proper. Like they still have this ideal of like the ideal woman, like she's prim and proper. She lays in the bed like a pillow princess. She doesn't do anything. She doesn't put her mouth on him. She doesn't do all of these things that they feel that their woman shouldn't do. But they'll go out and get somebody that do all that stuff, and they're not even giving their woman the option to say, yeah, I want to do this. Like, let's try this. I want to please my man. I want to be there. They are not having the conversations to allow this person to even be able to say, yeah, I want to work to please the person that I'm with. April said, yes. And that is where communication comes to play. When I tell you that some people don't even talk, like communication comes into play, but they don't even want their woman to do it. It's like, I don't want to see her like that. But you see somebody else like that. But you don't want your woman like that. But you'll cheat on your woman for that, to get what you need or desire sexually. Bishop said, them dudes trash. Exactly. And said, you got to have an honest relationship, then needing sides don't matter. Exactly. Steve said, ain't nothing better than a good old side chick. You know what? It ain't a side chick with all of them sides, Steve. Okay. April said, exactly. Girl, this is good. Thank you so much. So yeah, like it's a whole thing. And I will say, at a point in my life, I was put into that category. I would get wifey. I would get placed into that space. It's like it's a weird space to be in, and I never understood it. And I was like, how did I get here? But apparently, people see me in a certain way, so I would get put in that wifey space. So I would get treated in a certain way, and when I asked for certain stuff, they look at me like I done did something. But Miss Dahlia said, just like folk pretend they are single and open, LMAO, I want to be on the inside of the right relationship. Yes, inside of the right relationship. That's what I'm talking about. And Steve said, wow. April said, when is part 2? I don't know. I'm gonna see, because we'll see. I'll put another poll up and see what we're gonna talk about next week at 6:30. And we'll see what everybody chooses, if they choose this again or if we choose something else. But I try to give the people the topic, and then we go from there. And yeah, so side chicks apparently have a purpose. That has been the consensus. I am the messenger. I'm just saying, I am the messenger. That's all I am. I this was not my whole decision. This has just been, yeah, what's come up, and then my life, and what has been shown, what has been talked about. Because again, I'm a therapist. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you what my clients say. I'm just gonna say they probably have a purpose. So however, they don't have to. If you are open and honest in your relationships, if you want an open relationship, if you want your significant other to do the freaky stuff that you kind of think they shouldn't do, but they kind of want to do. Men say, well, not men, not just men. People say, what, lady in the streets, freak in the sheets, lady in the streets, something like that. But some people want lady all the time, and they go to somebody else for the freak. But why not? Why can't you be freaky with the person that you with? Why can't you give the person that you with those parts of you and those sides of you? Because it's all you. Why would you not do that? But people don't. Like, they just don't want to share that with their significant other, but that's who you're supposed to share it with. Yeah. So yeah, Miss Dahlia, next Thursday at 6:30, I'll be here. Adrian Simone, Madonna Horror Complex, be strong, I think. Yes, exactly. It's a whole, you know what? That'll probably be the title of my next one. We'll see. We'll see about next week what we end up talking about. But yes, it is strong out there. When I tell you, I was in the wifey role for the longest, and yeah, and I would hear my friends talk about this stuff, and I was like, I don't know what y'all talking about, because nobody does that to me. But whatever. It said, be who you are and let your other be who they. Exactly, and that's the thing. And you're you can be who you are, but they have to also be safe to be who they are. But sometimes it's not you, it's them. It's them who have decided that they're not going to be who they are. And you can't change that if that's what they've decided to do, to be different people at different times and not show you those sides of them, even though they have those sides and desires. Miss Dahlia says people have trouble honestly opening their mouth. And that's a double entendre, have opening their mouth in many different ways. Yes. Miss Dahlia said, let's go, Spirit Wolf. So, all right. Well, thank y'all. This has been wonderful. I don't know what we're gonna talk about next week. I'll put another poll up. I'll try to make sure I put the poll on Facebook this time. I just kind of got mixed up, ran out of time, and I only put it on IG. So I will put it on both. Oh, wait a minute. Bishop came through with another pro tip. If you want a side, be their side. Okay. And I can't read V the Sunbird. There we go. V the Songbird. There we go. Me and my boyfriend were in an open relationship, but we decided to be friends. It's just each other. And now our sex life is soulmates. You know what? Sometimes it's just a conversation. When you just say, oh, we want to be open. And then it's like, no, let's just be friends. And then things come together just like they're supposed to be. It's a whole thing. Ed said they need poetry, Miss Dahlia. Yes, Vita Songbird 86. I understand sometimes, and all it took was some communication, because sometimes people believe, open is best, and then they realize that the person they want is the person that's right there, and they don't need other people. And then sometimes people have the person that they're with, and they're like, it's okay to have other people. Like that's what I'm saying. Just be honest about what you want. Be honest about who you are. Be honest about, about life. And then we won't have to Steve said, whatever, keep it quiet. You know what? I'm not even messing with you. Miss Dahlia said absolutely at Spirit Wolf. So yeah, so this has been fun, y'all. I enjoy it. And we'll see what we'll talk about next week. As always, I'll keep it up to y'all, and we'll just have a lively conversation and hopefully a lively, debate. If you want to debate anything, I don't debate much. I give in because I'm like, your opinion is yours. You can have it. So I don't disagree with too many people. So Steve said, not if you're going to have a side chick. The less people know, the better. You know what? I'm done with you, Steve. All right. Y'all have a great one. So TikTok, I'm gonna say goodbye to you first. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Okay. Fan base. Love you. Have a good one. Bye. IG. You know it. Thank y'all for sorry. Bishop Omega said, tell the truth and save money on the tires. Exactly. Because people get upset when you hurt people's look. I done got off TikTok and fan base. We still on IG, Facebook, and YouTube. But you know what? People, when you hurt their feelings, sometimes they hurt other stuff. Like, and they shouldn't. Let me be clear. You shouldn't go around destroying people's property. But sometimes that's what happens, because sometimes in people's mind, they're like, you gonna hurt, I'll make you hurt. If I hurt, I'll make you hurt. But I'm like, Glorilla, shoot, might get my feelings hurt today. I won't give a fuck tomorrow. So, because that's just me. Because, I don't like destroying. I don't have time to destroy people's property. That's one thing I've never done. So that's a whole other thing. We'll talk about that another day. Miss Dahlia said, yep, Bishop. So, all right. Bye, IG. Love y'all. Are you sure you want to end this video? I can't find the yes. In video. Okay. Now, Facebook. Oh, Ed says some relationship vacation don't stay on vacation. Right. Steve said that's a lie. I would buy more tires. You know what? I'm out. I'm done with y'all. Facebook, this is why I love y'all the most. And YouTube over here. Love y'all. I'll see y'all next week, 6:30. Bye.